A healthy tomorrow begins with a solid foundation at home, and there are simple ways to start your kids on a path to success. Eat dinner together. Add veggies to each meal. Save treats for special occasions. And be sure to get up and play an hour each day. Help your kids make all of their dreams come true. Be our guest to healthy living today at letsmove.gov.
Welcome to Road to Recovery, the show that offers hope and help and healing and wholeness for those who are struggling with addiction, or maybe family members or friends that are having this addiction struggle as well. So good to have you joining us here for the Road to Recovery program. If you're struggling or know someone who is, give the Recovery Center a call, 740-687-4500, or stop by 201 South Columbus Street, downtown Lancaster. Give them a call. They'll tell you the best time to come and receive encouragement and help and support for those who are going through challenges with addiction. I'm Steve Rao, and I co-host this program with the Executive Director of the Recovery Center, Tricia Saunders. Welcome back to Road to Recovery, Tricia.
Thank you, Steve. This is going to be an exciting show.
Should be a whole lot of fun today. A crowded studio today.
We are.
As we've got a couple of guests joining us. Why don't you introduce our first guest?
Well, we have with us Loretta Phalen, who is basically the founder, and would you call yourself the CEO of Grace Haven?
I guess, yes.
Okay. So you have a very big job.
Yeah, it is a big job, but it's rewarding, very rewarding.
I saw on her business card the other day, Executive Director of Grace Haven Ministries.
That's fantastic.
They made me do that.
Yeah.
They said I had to.
Everybody has to have some kind of title, right? But
Yes, we'd like to hear about Grace Haven Ministries, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
Well, actually, I'm from here, from Lancaster.
How about that? A Fairfield County lady. And have you gone through some training? What is your educational background?
Well, actually, I have a teaching degree, license, and I have the undergraduate work was from Ohio University, and I have a master's from Cedarville.
Very good. At some point, it was placed on your heart to help those who are struggling with addiction issues. How did that process happen?
Well, I was actually in a meeting with a jail chaplain, and they were talking about reaching people and helping them, and I was very interested in doing that, and so they said the best place to do that is in the jail, because that's where you have some people that really want to change and to grow. And so started in the jail, and then in the midst of being in the jail, we found that there was a need outside of the jail for ladies that really wanted to do better and be in a safe environment. And so the houses, that was the idea. So
very good.
Just went from that.
Now, your husband is Sheriff Dave Phalen, is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
What did he think about his wife getting involved in jail ministry and then maybe helping clients outside of jail?
Well, Dave is very supportive of anything that, that I feel that I need to do. I did want to bring the girls home at first, but he wouldn't let me do that, so he wasn't supportive in that. And then when we expanded to the second house, he was dragging his feet a little bit, so I didn't act until he came alongside. But he's very supportive. He doesn't just want to lock people up. He wants to make the world a better place. And
yes.
So sounds like you and he found a good compromise.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did.
So you were working with the women while they were in the jail.
In the jail, right?
And
we
you
did a Bible study.
Okay. And how did you determine that there was a need for Grace Haven?
Well, several women, and one in particular was being released from the jail, and she was pregnant, and she just cried and sobbed on my shoulder and said, I want to do better, but when I go out there, I have no clothing, no food, and the only place I have to go is back in that environment. And then that started happening more and more. And so it was very difficult. I mean, we tried to put a few up in the hotels and things like that just to help them, but they needed more support, more love, and more structure. And so
And it takes time to make changes in our lives. And like you're saying, if you went from a jail environment to really nowhere to go, nowhere positive, how do you get better?
That's right. That's right. And the shelters are great, and they're wonderful, and they serve a wonderful function, but sometimes the people don't feel safe there either, and it's not a place where they can have their things and be home, and so that was the idea behind Grace Haven.
And I don't think that the shelters are really looking at long-term support.
No, and we would like to do, up to a year. That's what we focus on. So.
How did you determine that these ladies were not just making what is sometimes called a jailhouse conversion, where they were just acting like they wanted to get better so that they could come and stay at your place? How do you determine the difference between that and somebody who says, I'm serious about making a change in my life?
We don't always determine that, but it comes through. If they're serious, they'll stay.
Yeah.
And if they're not serious, if they see, our guidelines and our behavior rules and, things like that, they're not going to come. And I even say to them before they come, please do not come unless you are serious.
Yeah.
And
very good.
So,
What are some of the rules?
well,
Or guidelines?
we have, a time they have to be home. They have to sign in and sign out. They have certain classes that we have on site that they have to go to. They have to be in counseling, recovery center, or Mid-Ohio or somewhere. We have just a whole host of little things that they need to do to keep them on track. So
Part of that development is the spiritual aspect, is that right? Where you encourage them to be worshiping on the weekend.
And Grace Haven Ministries is a faith-based organization, so we do have Bible study, and we do ask that if a girl wants to live at Grace Haven, that she has to be willing to at least learn about the Lord and Christianity, but we don't force them to go to any one church.
Sure.
They can go to the church of their choice, and usually they found some really interesting things. They're all different, and they go to different churches, and so it's real neat. It's real interesting. So
we see that in treatment. A lot of people have gotten away from their roots or their basic core beliefs. Most people we see have some sort of spiritual base, and they kind of get away from that, and they feel really bad about that. So you're helping re-engage them with that, to help them feel better.
Absolutely.
Another thing that you provide, because this show is about wholeness and help and healing, is recently adding a job coach.
Yes.
And that process has gone very well for you.
It's gone very well. Most of our girls are working, and in fact, a lot of them have 2 jobs, so and we've not had that before. And we are teaching a budgeting class there, and we do have a biblical-based substance abuse counseling, just a curriculum that the girls go through, and online. It's called Setting Captives Free, and then there is a 12-step program based on the Recovery Bible, and so the girls go to that, and we've had lots of interest in that.
I'm curious how many women you can work with at one time.
We have 8 beds.
Fantastic.
8 beds now. So.
And Tricia, you know the importance of changing lots of aspects of your life if you're going to get well, if you're going to break the cycle of addiction, and having a safe place to go, somebody to love on you, but somebody to help you find a job and those kinds of things, that's vital to staying clean.
It is, and we saw for a while repeatedly at the Recovery Center, people were getting better and able to stay clean for a while, but without our basic needs being met, how can we continue that? So.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Grace Haven Ministries offering that opportunity. You now have 2 houses.
Yes, we do.
Talk to us about that.
In June, we opened the second house, and it's called Sarah's House of Hope. And it was just miraculous how it all came about. We could just see, it all fell together, and it is a blessing, really is.
Wonderful. So 2 opportunities to help, and that's where the 8 beds come in. Is that correct?
That's where the 8 beds come in, yes.
One young lady who was serious about her sobriety was a young lady named Brittany. Brittany is joining us on the Road to Recovery show. Welcome to Road to Recovery.
Thank you.
What was the path that led you to Grace Haven Ministries?
Well, to be honest with you, I was a heroin addict, and I got in trouble. And I met Loretta when she came into jail, and that's where I was introduced to Grace Haven. And actually I was a chronic relapser, and then I just felt that I needed to talk to Loretta and reach out to her, and she had a bed available for me. And my story with Loretta is pretty interesting. This is my 3rd time living at Grace Haven. Every time I just thought that, got this cocky attitude and thought, I got this, and I left, and I didn't leave on good terms. And Loretta has such a big heart, and she let me come back this last time, and she's just helped me out a lot.
A chronic relapser. Tricia, have you ever heard of that?
Well, that's what I was just going to mention. Yeah, can you share what that means?
Just somebody who builds up a little bit of like clean time, and then they relapse.
More than once.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I was in and out of jail all last year for relapsing. I was probably in jail 7 times last year for relapsing.
Well, it seems like for some folks, jail is probably one of the worst things that can happen. Sounded like it actually was a good thing that happened to Brittany.
Yeah, I got in trouble October of 2011, and I always told myself, I wanted to get clean off of heroin. Like, who wants to be a heroin addict? But I always said, I'm either going to end up dead or I'm going to get in trouble. And I thank God every day that I'm alive and I got in trouble instead of being dead.
I really appreciate your point, too, about relapsing, because so many families get so frustrated when their loved one just, starts to get better and then has that happen again.
Yeah.
But you're a real story of inspiration because you kept trying until things are working.
I just knew that I don't want that lifestyle anymore, and I knew I had to change something. And the environment I was living in, didn't help me at all. So I just changed everything. And
so what are some of the things that you've changed?
Well, they say people, places, and things, and that's so true.
So by people that you used to hang out with, you don't?
I don't talk to anybody. I don't hang out with anybody. The only people I hang out with are the girls I live with at the house, and that's pretty much it.
And then the things that you do?
Oh, the things I do now, well, I don't really do much. I go to work.
Right.
And that's pretty much it.
And you're going to group
yeah,
there,
I go
following
to,
the
I go to
guidelines?
meetings, and I do the Bible studies at the house, and that's helped me out a lot. Like, being at Grace Haven, well, when I first started recovery or whatever, and I seen higher power, I was like, oh no, because I always blamed God for my problems.
Sure.
And being at Grace Haven has really just changed my view on that, and I don't blame God for my problems. It was me that did it. I turned my back on God, and God didn't turn his back on me.
What do you think caused you to make that shift? Do you have any idea? Why is it different this time? Do you think some of it's probably that you have a stable place to live?
Yeah, stable place to live. I have a mentor at the house that I work with, and just reading the Word has helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just reading it, but I'm living it today.
Yeah. Outstanding. What would you say to another young lady who maybe is incarcerated at the Fairfield County Jail right now, or has had the challenge of chronic relapsing, like Brittany? What would you say to a young lady who comes to the point that you came to and said, I'm either going to die or get better, and I'm choosing to get better? What would you say to her?
Well, I do have a couple of friends that are in jail right now, and I really just want to reach out to them, and I don't know, I just want to take them down the road that I'm going down right now, because I've been where they are, and they just need to change. Well, I don't know. I don't really know. I just know that I just want to take them and shake them and make them get it.
Yeah.
Did you think anybody ever wanted to do that with you?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more than once. And maybe it was Miss Loretta Phalen, huh?
She did.
Yes. One of the things that you must appreciate is the amount of grace that you received at Grace Haven.
Oh, yes.
I guess they put the grace in Grace Haven by giving you multiple opportunities.
Oh, yes. Like I said, this is my third time. Loretta sees something in myself that I didn't see. She believes in us more than we believe in ourselves. I just love her so much.
What's a day in the life of Brittany at Grace Haven? When you're at the home there, I'm guessing you have chores to do and those kinds of things?
Yes. On Sundays, we have to fill out our schedule for the week.
Okay.
We have to include our chores and our meetings, like our AA meetings that we go to. Work, if we work, which I do, thanks to Grace Haven because, like you said, the job coach, she helped me out a lot. I probably filled out 90 applications before I got the job I got.
Yeah.
And
gotta be persistent, don't you?
yes. I knew I wanted that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And there's a curfew.
Yeah. Very
She
good.
said she's not doing much, but it sounds to me like she's being very productive.
Yeah, very busy.
Very busy.
Good, productive use of your time. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
making the right decision and continuing to fall off the wagon, getting back on, and allowing people like Loretta Phalen and others in your life to help you.
Yes.
We applaud your recovery and this journey that you're on, and we encourage you to keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Loretta Phalen, we've got about 30 seconds left. What would you say to an individual, a lady who is struggling? What hope would you provide her?
Well, there is hope, and they can quit relapsing too,
Yes.
and just keep on the path and get help, surround yourself with people who are positive, and of course I say godly because that's what we're based on,
Right.
and you know, just start living a different life. You can do it, and there are so many courageous. I don't work with the men. I'm sure there are men too, but
Sure.
young women that I'm working with, and we're just so proud of them. And it certainly isn't just me. You know, Grace Haven, there's a whole lot of volunteers and people that are making this happen. So
Yeah.
just very thankful for Brittany, and it's encouraging that she wanted to come back.
Right.
So
And it's a women's facility only.
it is
We
women.
didn't mention that
yeah,
before.
I do
but
work with the women.
yes, outstanding work that you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you for being a place of hope and help and wholeness and healing for young ladies right here in Fairfield County who say, I'm done going this path. I need help, and I think the folks at Grace Haven will help me, and being willing to make the commitment to do that. Thank you for providing that opportunity with Grace Haven in Sarah's house.
Well, it's a privilege. It really
We're all
is.
very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, well,
Yes.
thank you.
It's a partnership, isn't it, Tricia? Between the Recovery Center, Grace Haven
Absolutely.
Ministries, and other individuals, and that's really what this program is all about. Thank you for joining us for the Road to Recovery program, where we do provide hope and help and healing and wholeness through people like Loretta Phalen and Brittany from Grace Haven Ministries. You can stop by the Recovery Center, 201 South Columbus Street in downtown Lancaster. Give them a call. Find the best time to receive the strength and help that you need. 740-687-4500. Join us next time as we continue down the road to recovery.
I didn't need help from anybody. I was good at everything. And this, the drugs and the alcohol, I couldn't stop doing it. I went down a path of destruction, just about escaping the feelings. I never used one without the other. It was chaos. A dump truck, insanity plowed into us. I know it was the devil. I actually got suspended from baseball. I said, I need help, and I can't do it anymore. I fell on my own. You do with me what you want to do with me, but I surrender.